Greetings everyone and welcome to a new first taste of the channel where today we're going to be checking out Shapez 2. If you're a long-time fan of the channel, and you are likely able to remember when I first checked out the originator of the Shapez franchise, and I am so incredibly happy to be checking out its sequel. For those of you completely uninitiated, Shapez is, for all intents and purposes, probably one of the most pure expressions of a factory game I can think of. And I choose pure very specifically. Pure in the sense that it has cut out all distractions. There aren't enemies to defeat. There's barely even a reason to be doing anything you're doing other than the simple joy of doing it. It's a focus on just factory logistics, creating things towards some nebulous goal. You don't need anything more than that, and in fact this game doesn't need any more description than that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to jump straight into a game. Now then, let's start a new game. Untitled save game. Let's not have that. Dapadel. There we go. This is the seed. If you want to play along with me, you're more than welcome to. If you don't already have this game, but by the end of the video you are tempted to pick it up, do be aware that there is currently a sale over on Steam. You can pick it up for, I think, let me just have a quick check to my side, 20% off. So that's $15.99 shiny British pounds, convert into your local currency as necessary. It came out into early access just yesterday on the 15th of August 2024, in case you're watching this far in the future. But, you know what, we're just going to go on a normal run. The scenarios open up as time go on. I believe you can actually open these up from within the scenario, the kind of progress milestones. But we're going to be starting at the very, very beginning, and I cannot wait to begin. As ever, though, if by the end of this video you enjoyed what you saw and you want to see more, well, you know how to let St. Algorithmus know with those lovely buttons down below. Welcome to your certification. Thank you for signing up. You did sign up, right? Oh, well, yes, I did. Either way, the Vortex requires us to evaluate your factory operator skills before issuing you your operator certification. Simply deliver the requested shapes as efficiently as possible. Ah, that word. That's it. We might reward you with new upgrades and technologies based on your performance. And you can have as many buildings as you want, but please don't damage them. We still need them for the next participant. That is completely fair. I will strive for efficiency and build no spaghetti factories. Where's where I can put an X on this? I will not damage any buildings. I agree to that. Oh man, it's like having to accept the cookies before I can browse the webpage. Rude. Right. Okay, so this is the world. This world is, if it's anything like the first one, functionally infinite. Bear that in mind. We are going to be working with a tiny little snapshot, but then as time goes on, it's going to get wild. Right, okay, so place some extractors. Very well. Shape processing. Let's go in. We've got an extractor. This is going to extract this particular shape. This will extract this particular shape. Other places will extract different shapes and different colors and all kinds of different things. We will more or less follow along with the tutorial for now because Shapez 2 already looks very different from Shapez 1. Right. Anchors. Oh, I like the idea of that. That's actually pretty nice. I very much like the idea of that. Okay. Tonk. And we want to take that all the way in. Fair enough. Open the knowledge panel to review the past instructions. There we go. Knowledge panel opened. I'm not going to read all of it. Your goal is always shown below. Deliver the requested circles. Well, you know how you said I could deliver as many as I want? Or rather have as many buildings as I want. Well, why don't we just speed this along then, eh? I do believe that if I click on a thing, that I will get information. In fact, let's check that out. Do I get any further information, or is this gated by the fact we're on an on-rails tutorial? I think it is, in fact, gated by an on-rails tutorial. A sad state of affairs, but one we're just going to have to live through. There we go. Do I need this many shapes over there? No. Are any of the new shapes that I've set up going to get there before I've already completed the quest? Also, no. Did I enjoy doing it anyway? Yes. Yes, I did. And that's what this game is about. It's just about enjoying the pure, unadulterated fun of building a factory. Okay, place 3 half destroyers to cut shapes into halves. Alrighty then. So, cutting. You need multiple buildings per belt. The amount is shown. So, to deal with a fully saturated belt, I need 3 of these, and it'll produce shapes per minute, 20 per minute base speed. Okay. Can I now see that with the extract? Yes, it's 4 to saturate a belt. Each one creates 15 per second, and the belts can move 60%. That all makes perfect sense. So I'm going to go ahead, dun dun dun, and then we are going to connect the squares as well. Drag to split and merge. Very nice and easy. So nice and easy, in fact. However, I kind of now wish that I'd done this a little bit differently. How many do you need? You need 40 of these. Okay. I should be able to right-click. Yes, in fact, I can. And take care of this. Oh, use Shift plus right-click to delete an area. Ah, okay. Well, it's very handy that you wanted me to do that, because I wanted to do it too. Right. I want to pop these down. We were going to do this in a slightly different way. Then I want these ones on this side and 3 down there. There we go, because I want to do this nice and fast like. Need to drop an anchor. Really like that system. The whole anchor thing, big fan. Huge fan, in fact. There we go. I know this doesn't quite look right, but it's good enough for me right now. There we go. Anchor. That is actually really good. Super good, in fact. There we go. I'll have a little bit of extra travel time, but that's okay. This is not an idle game. Why not extract some squares already? I approve. I like the way you think. I mean, you know, even though you say this is not an idle game, this is exactly how I play most idle games. If I've got nothing else to do with my time, then why not just do more of what I'm already doing? That's never gone wrong. There we go. You only need to get 10 of these, but you know what? Having this in place is probably going to help. So if nothing else, it's already going to start the extraction process for these sides. There we are. Interesting that these are locked. I wonder how I unlock them. That would be very nice. But yeah, we're going to very quickly get all of that sorted out. And we've got the squares on the way. Ah, is there a way for me to speed things up? Not seeing anything. Place a rotator between half destroyers to produce quarters. Right, okay. Duly noted. Do I need to put it over there? Specifically, though? This is the problem with me going off the rails. I can't help myself, okay? I am a dedicated sequence breaker. There we go. Is that what you wanted? Possibly not. You probably want it to start going there. Let me just see. Do I actually need to do it like that? We can try it over here instead. So this is going to rotate by 90. It can deal with... You'd need 2 of these to completely saturate a line, but it makes sense for us to just do it this way, I suppose. There you go. Oh, the vortex accepts any shape rotation. Noted. That is really good, and that is going to absolutely 1000% save me from myself. I'm so glad that that was put there. No bet on how long it takes me to forget that I read it. I disapprove of you even bringing this up. Right, I'm going to need 2 down here because this is going to be a little bit less ideal. I guess I could put it a different way, but why bother? There we go. Since 2 of these can handle a fully saturated belt, and this is, for all intents and purposes, a fully saturated belt, we can just have these do their thing. There we go. Now, does this clog it up if I send the wrong shape? No, it does not. It doesn't seem to be a bother at all. Okay, very nice. Right, need to do the same with squares now. Actually, I only need to halve the squares, so how about we do Can I? Oh, okay. That's a very interesting design choice. I can't... Notice how it's always left-right, even when I change the orient... Oh, it's the same blue-black. Oh, I think I'm going to need to pay close attention to that moving forward. But all right. Right, let's get these over there. You know what? I should do what the game reminded me to do earlier, and that is use select it with Shift and then right-click to delete for a little bit of added speed. Right, these can go up there. These can go up there. I don't need to worry about orientation, so this is actually very nice. Okay, perfect. And we've taken care of that one as well. Deliver the remaining shapes. Not a problem. Already on it. We've got more circles. We've got more squares over here, so I could even speed it up more. Can I blueprint? Please tell me I can blueprint. Okay, so we have a blueprint library. I just can't access it. You're gonna make me have to research making blueprints. Fair. That's okay. It'll either be unlocked by some sort of progress milestone, or I'm gonna have to pay some sort of currency in order to get it, but that's all right. I wouldn't expect to get tea for free. It's far too valuable, so why should I expect to get blueprints for free? They're almost as valuable as tea. I bet blueprints were invented by a tea drinker. There we go. Milestone complete. Unlock your reward in the milestone interface. Okay. Unlock. Okay, that's actually quite nice. We get stacker and second floor. Okay. And 14 new tasks. Second floor. Unlocks the second floor, enabling you to build multi-dimensional factories. Now this is, well, it's not well, okay, so the first Shapes was a completely 2D plane, but it did have tunnels, as I remember, so it sort of had a quasi-3D-ness. Let's call it 2.5D, but this looks like it's very much 3D, and I very much like it. Upgrades. Okay, let's see what we can do. You were rewarded with the stacker in the second floor, allowing you to stack Shapes and build multi-layer factories. Now, the stacking, that was absolutely something you did before, but it was just more like single plane merging that happened. New upgrades. Cutter, swapper. Ah, this is more like the cutters that I'm used to. Not ones that destroy the other half, but rather sever it. Swapper is an interesting one. Different types of rotator, 180 degrees, going to be super useful. Label. I suppose if you have gigantic factories, that would make sense. Belts. Ah, we can upgrade the throughput. I like it. Okay. Right. Now then, let's combine circles and squares. Place 6 stackers. Are we strictly just combining circles? Okay. Well then, let's get this sorted. Alright, like so. And some squares. Let's send an equal amount of both in. I guess I can just get rid of that side for now. Right, so place 6 stackers. How do these work? They are slow, so always place multiple of them. Okay, it takes 6 to saturate a belt. Fair enough. Wait, let me have a look at this. Roo. Okay. Fair enough. I'm not going to try and enunciate that. I was going to, but then I was like, no, this is going to get crazy. Right, so default, standard view. Oh, that's amazing. I very much like this, but I need the circles on top. Noted. Very cool little design there. So I'm going to want probably these to be over here then, let's say. Let's pop them up here. Let's make 6 of them. All right, supply the stackers with circles and squares. Connect the floor by pressing, E and Q. How does that work then? Ooh, can I? Oh, that's fantastic. I greatly approve of that. That is going to be amazing. All right, but let's hook these up, and then I'm going to simply want these to go up about here. Oh, no, that was a C. I want it to rise up. There we go. And this is fantastic. It's giving me a preview of what I'm going to produce as well. I'm really loving the upgrades. This is like light years ahead of Shapes 1. Cubes 1. I'm dealing with squares, okay? And I'm thinking in 3D now, okay? Anyway. Nevertheless, this is an enormous quality of life upgrade over Shapes 1. I guess I call it Shapes 1 now instead of just Shapes. But I don't want to be unkind to Shapes. Shapes was frankly, it wasn't revolutionary, and that's the point. It didn't revolutionize the factory genre at all. It just did it without fluff. It was just like, yeah, you like building factories, then build factories. Why does it need to be more complicated than that? And I agree. Well done. Now deliver the stacked Shapes to the vortex. They should be on their way. Yes, they are. But we now need to chop up more bits and bits and bits. Fair enough. Now, how does the cutter work again? I'm gonna need to rotate the entire shape to make this work. But let's do it. Let's try this out. So I'm going to want these shapes, and I'm going to want 2 of them, like so, to saturate this belt. There we go. Research points are rewarded for completing side tasks. Open the task overview. Okay. You've distracted me, but sure. Pin tasks you want to work on, making them always visible. Can I pin every single thing? Can I just say, hey, always pin all of the tasks, all of the time? Recycling milestone shapes, pyramid, halves with halves, cutting step by step. There are lots here, actually. Okay, this is kind of cool. I greatly approve. We'll see what we can do. But what I want to see is these being cut properly. So there we are. We're going to do exactly the same thing again. 1, 2, 1, 2. Then cut them. Now this is going to slow things down though. Well, actually, will it? It might not. We might still... Well, no, we aren't saturating the line, but that's fine. This will get that milestone done fairly quickly, milestone 2. But we've got a bunch of other tasks. We want circles on circles, squares on squares, squares on squares on squares, and then an abomination. Fair enough. We'll start with circles on circles then. So, time for me to set this up. But you've already seen me set up the extraction before, so I'll bring you back in a few seconds. Okay, we're just setting up the squares on squares right now. Oh, no, I went a little bit awry there. I must say, the music in this game, absolutely wonderful. It is so chill. And again, it's factory building at its purest. But there we go. I already set up the circles on circles. They're running nicely. We're using as much as we possibly can to get that done as quickly as we can. I could do it over here as well, I suppose, but let's not worry about that one too much. Right, our next milestone is to produce the quarters on quarters. I can totally set that up, at least over here, since, well, I guess this one isn't necessary either, so I could split that up a little bit further. We're starting to run out of room, though, which is not something I'm super happy with. Also, I really need to get into the habit of using these properly, and that is to say, spreading them out and selecting the whole line instead of just doing this manually each time. Let me just alter my perspective. So what I mean is doing this instead of just painstakingly following a whole route. There we go. But this is going to give me the quarters on quarters. Let's bring that out there, though. There we go. However, I do have spares, which might be useful for me to just top up with. But how best to do this is the question. These clearly aren't really suffering. I guess I could just lift this up, have this merge in there. No, I can't. Okay, well, what I can do is this. Nope, that way. Have it just turn in there. There we go. But also have it branch off here. There we go. So my spares can be delivered to where they need. That is super spaghetti, though, isn't it? I did promise not to make spaghetti. Okay, let's de-spaghettify this a little bit. I didn't want to promise not to do spaghetti, but I did promise not to do spaghetti. There we are. Now, obtain 2 research points by completing side tasks. Done and indeed done. There we go. Use the points to unlock an upgrade. Very well. What upgrade? All of the upgrades I want don't involve 2 points, but I suppose I could. We can increase the belts. I wonder if that will up... Ooh, let's have a quick look at that. Does that change the amount? 4.5. Okay. Very interesting. It does update. So because the belts have a higher throughput now, I need more machines to be able to work on that. That's actually kind of cool. I really like that. Okay, I'm going to need to split you guys, and we can immediately have this one done. So I need 4.5 of these now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It kind of irritates me, the whole 0.5, but whatever. I could, I guess, split the belts, but it's fine. That little bit of inefficiency I'll live with. There we go. That will work. Right, over yonder, we could now... Well, we don't need this one anymore. This is the circles. Let's go for the squares. I could either go for these ones, or I could take care of that one. Well, I'm making use of stuff over here that I'm not actually needing anymore, so why not change that up, eh? Let's go ahead and bring these around. I want this line of squares brought over. For this side, I'm simply going to split them. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 4.5, as the case may be, over on that side. But here, I'm going to go for the stacker, and there's 9 of them. Wow, okay. That's pretty impressive, not gonna lie. Let's get this set up. but we're going to bring in some fresh squares from all the way over here. This is kind of an awful route, I'm not going to lie, but whatever. We'll go there, move across to here, and back down. Actually, do we even want to go back? We don't really, but I'm going to anyway. There we are. That will take care of the triple squares. Okay, nice. This is the other nice thing about both Shapes 1 and Shapes 2, is that you've always got something to do. And that really can't be understated, how nice that is in a factory game. Now, this one's going to take a little while. I just now realized that I should have actually just split the other cube squares we were making. Well, it's kind of annoying, but I want the research points regardless, because frankly, living without this is hurting me. This would double the amount of, well, potentially quadruple the amount of shapes that we have to play with if I want to play with them. And it's definitely going to be needed to make these in anything even approximate to efficient. I may just let this milestone sit for a little bit while we wait for... Wow, it's taking ages for those to get over there. While we get a couple of the others sorted out. I think maybe we should possibly even invest in more of the belts, honestly. This place is all stacked up, though. We could improve the efficiency here quite dramatically, but just by increasing the amount of splitters and so on and so forth. Also, it will allow me to steal one of these belts. Sure. Okay, give me a moment. And there we go. That should be a little bit more efficient. Thanks to the increased amount of cutting that's going on, we should be able to use both of those belts to their maximum now. That will continue on the second milestone, but while all that's going on, we need to effectively rebuild this device and then, annoyingly, just like throw half of it away. But it is what we must do, so we will do it. Starting with the stacker. And there we go. This should give us everything we need as soon as these components get over here. Let's see those get through. This will give me circles on squares. Those circles on squares will be cut in half, and then they will be fed in here. Now we've completed the triple squares. Okay, that's unlocked the quadruple squares, very well. And we've unlocked the half circles, the half double circles rather. Okay, how much research have we got? We've got 4 points. I definitely want more. Shapes preview. Show you the results even before shapes arrive, allowing you to build faster. Yes, yes they do. And we've also done this one. Fantastic. We're up to 6. Is 6 what I needed? 6 is what I needed. Oh, glory be. Okay, so everything has just almost, well, from as little as double to quadrupled in efficiency. I'm going to have to redesign everything, but on the plus side, you know what, this is a completely non-destructive path, so this is the best place to start. So let's go ahead and switch over. Now, how do I get a oh, okay, so it's up here. Cutter, switch to variant. That's perfect. We need 6 of these to completely saturate a line. Very well, you will have 6. Wow, okay, that only just fit. Whomp. And then this should give me, well, actually, it's going to give me twice as much back, I would say. So, yeah, we'll do something like this, I guess. We'll see. Hopefully that works out, because what I'm assuming here is that I'm effectively taking one thing and splitting it into 2, so I'm doubling the amount of units on the line. It might not be quite as accurate as that, but it's not far off. It's definitely not something that I could just hook up all 6 of these to and not worry about it. It is definitely going to be an issue. So that's perfect. We're going to race through this one. Now, we've already got the ability to add more on top over here. So how about we go for that? Do I need these at all? I do. I do need these still. Okay, well, we'll reserve this for something else then. We'll start working on another task. But for the time being, I guess I could start splitting some of these off, because honestly, I don't think... Yeah, we need to redesign all of this because we've radically increased the speed that we can do this job. So, okay, give me a second. Sadly, there's barely any reason for me to make this capable of dealing with an entirely saturated line. It's never going to produce one because I'm splitting this one twice, which is a pain, but oh well, it's a thing that we're going to have to do for now. But this will make the shapes that we want right over there. So we're going to get another pinned task sorted out. That was a completely non-destructive route, but this one less so. And this is going to be a prime candidate for the cutters. I'm going to want 2 of these. So we're going to set up cutting. Again, we're going to need 6 of these. There we go. And pop all of those through. Now, I'm always going to want them on the same side. So this is where, unfortunately, I'm going to have to rotate these twice. This is not perhaps the most elegant use of rotators in that way. And I can't wait to get the 180-degree rotators. But at this point, all of them will now be on the correct side. Now, they're all going to have to go through a stacker, which I'm going to place over here just for convenience. That's 5, so we want another 4. But this will saturate 1 belt, and we're producing effectively 2 belts. So we're going to have 2 stackers. So another 3, 3, 3. Let's just make sure I counted those correctly. I did not. I didn't think I had. Right, there we are. So on this side, I want this to go up, and I'm going to take exactly the output from 3 of the splitters into that one, and then 3 of the splitters can come over here. And at this stage, I want semicircles. Am I done with all of the things over here? I am done with all of the things over here. Marvelous. Actually, on this side, I want to split them a little bit further. So I'm going to have to redesign this side to give me as many of these as it possibly can. Okay, this does look like an absolute abomination. I agree, but it will give me all of the shapes that I could possibly want to push up here. So that's all I need from it. There we go. I wish I'd positioned these ever so slightly. You have no idea how much that's going to annoy me, but I will live with it for you. Alright, let's get those up there and these up there as well. We'll just try and scoop those through as much as possible. Excellent. This is going to feed all of these shapes in there. We're going to get so many of those, and they're all contributing because it doesn't matter which direction they are oriented to. Now, I only need semicircles for this side, so this part is going to be fairly easy. And I've got 2 entire rows to do it with. Do I want 2 entire rows? Not really. Press V to hide upper floors. Oh, really? Oh, that's super useful. Yeah, I like that. Right, we're going to go with cutting once again. I will start this one down on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We might not need that 3rd line. I'll see. All I need them to do is all be oriented like this one. So these 2 need to rotate 180 degrees. There we are. And 1 lane for each. And we'll pop up here. There we go. Anchor that. I do like the anchoring system. That's actually a really, really nice idea. I would love it if more games had that. Oh, we need to go up first. There we are. And back down. That should give me the shape that we wanted. Perfect. And we can just send that one up there. Send this one up here. There we are. Alright, we're done with these components. Really? Okay. 460 of these are needed. I suppose I'm not terribly upset, but actually, in fact, that does help me out in a weird way. What I want from them is a little bit more room at this point. Okay, let me move this side around to show you what I mean. Okay, so, as you've seen me demonstrate, though, the ratio isn't perfect, but effectively with the splitters, we're taking 1 product and producing 2, and so that effectively doubles the amount of products that we're going to need on a belt, so it halves the throughput of a single belt. So we want to effectively have 2 belts with 6 stackers dealing with 1 entirely saturated belt. It produces around about 2 belts worth of product. Now, what I am going to do here is I would very much like all of these to rise up. There we are. That's actually weirdly cathartic to do. And then on this lower area, we're going to bring these up and have them all merge. Now, I have to do it this way because, unfortunately, they are mismatched from each one. But with that, I should be able to make the 9 stackers that I want to completely saturate this. There we are. And these can all go along, anchor and across, and that will give me my belt. Perfect. Right, that's going to cover this one, and we have done a couple more of these now. We've actually finished that one. Do I unlock any more? Yes, we do. Oh, no, sorry, that was already there. Oh, I've got to have blueprints for this. Missing quarters. Oh, that would be so annoying to have to build. Well, you'd basically build the shape, cut it in half, and then cut the other one in half, and then glue the original half. It isn't complicated. It's just going to be fiddly. Very fiddly. Okay, what products are we producing right now? I can just quarter all of these. That won't be an issue whatsoever. This one is a little bit more of a pain. That one is going to be double a pain. That effectively wants me to add on another half circle onto this in the right location. I wonder if that would work. It might not. We will, for science, this together. But right now, this is a very easy one for me to deal with. So all we're going to do is I'm going to take a splitter. Yeah, we're going to want a cutter. This one can be over here. We need, unfortunately, we need quite a few of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The entire line to make this happen. Oh, first, thinking about it, we're going to need to rotate them. So we want 2 rotators, and we can have those there. There we go. That way, the splitter will be able to split correctly. And honestly, the way that the cutters work is genuinely a bit of a problem in a way, because you can't rotate their orientation in any way. I want a bit more room to work with, so we're just going to make this a little bit cleaner for me. There we go. Hook that up. Take a little while for all of that to get back over there, but that should be fine. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And these two can now come down here and hook up there, and it'll give us our quarters. It doesn't really matter in what orientation we do them. And you know what? Because of that, there's a part of me that just wants to get rid of this entirely, but we'll keep it there for now, I suppose. Let's just anchor this in place. This one can do the same. And there we are. That'll take care of that milestone for us. Now, as for this shape, you're going to be a potch, aren't you? And this entire line is no longer needed. We're not actually thinking about it. I don't need these squares at all. I wish there was a bit of a better way for doing that. Or is that going to... Oh, no, it does. It does work correctly. Okay, that's nice. The vortex indicates whether you deliver the correct shapes. Red cross, not required anymore. Green checkmark, correct. Grey checkmark, you delivered enough. Lock, correct, but future goal. Oh, interesting. And blueprint shape, challenge difficulty only. Okay, well, I'll bear that in mind. Right, so on this side, I want more semicircles available to me. Can I steal some from... Yeah, I can easily. Pretty much this entire set of circles over here, no longer needed. So this shouldn't be too difficult for me to set up. I just need to make sure the semicircles are in the right orientation, which is going to be north from my perspective right now. So let's go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And at that point, I want this to rotate twice, so we'll just do that on all of these as well. All right, give me a moment. Okay, it looks like it will actually connect them properly. I was really worried that this would end up making some sort of weird 3-tiered shape, because that's kind of how the original shapes did it sometimes. So I'm very glad to see that that has been resolved completely. There we are. And these can all deliver like so. All right, perfect. We'll get those ones done pretty sharpish, I should imagine, once the semicircles actually get here, that is. Now, other shapes. We want some squares to make that one. Do we need this at all? No, we don't. Well, no, we are still collecting them, I suppose. We're going for 720 now, so that should be fine. We have got some spares over here, though. Maybe. No, we'll use this route instead. That will work. It's going to be a little bit of an annoying one, this, but we'll just have to tough it through. All right, let's connect that one up there. I want to bring this one across instead. It's going to make it much easier and more clean for me to work with. So, to get this shape, I'm going to first want to split them into halves, and then I'm going to want to quarter them. So let's start with the halving over here. We've got some more research points. Let's grab that. Now let's have a look at what we can grab. We can grab the swapper. Don't think I need it just yet, but I really want the 180-degree rotator. That's going to be super fun. The third floor will need 50. It's quite a lot. We're going to go for a higher belt speed then instead, which now means I need 8 to deal with a full belt. Actually, can these handle that? 4 produce 30 per minute, but this can carry 120, so at this point, is that actually able to... Yeah, well, that's 60, 100. Yeah, no, they can. So by increasing the transport speed, I also increase the extractor speed then? Interesting. Very interesting. But I'm going to need an extra 2 of these. I probably will upgrade the cutting soon because these take up a lot of bloody room. Now, I can easily enough take care of all of this with 2 separate lines. So what we're going to do is, I'm not going to rotate them at all. They're actually in a good position for me, but I am going to have to split them out. Okay, now we've got them all in the correct orientation for me to split. I just need to do this. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we are. And we'll just draw that along. And at this point, all I need to do is rotate one of these and then stack the 2 together. Okay, this is getting silly. 12 stacks? Really? Alright, so that's the first 6. It's just getting silly. I really do need to upgrade them quite badly at this stage, I think. Alright, these will all be going up. Damn me for... Actually, you know what? I'm doing that horribly inefficiently. The ones that raise should be the ones that don't need as much floor room to get around. So that was on me there. Alright, let's bring that up, anchor it, move it along. And now all of these need to just come up there and around and down. Right, okay, let me hook all of these up as well. Alright, this should give me 1 full belt of those components. Now, I would like a second one, but honestly, this is getting way too big for me to easily be able to replicate that, so we're going to hold off. Instead, I'm going to unlock 6 points over here, and I'm going to spend 2 of them right there. And I'm also going to do the same for stacking, so we can pull them down a little bit. I'm not going to redesign these for now, but that should help. Now, the problem is, actually, yeah, I'm going to have to do that. We need that right away. So how many do I need of these now? Not that many, thankfully. Okay, so only 5. I can make that happen. And as for the stackers, we need a grand total of 8. Once again, we can definitely make that happen. There we go. So all of these all the way down there. Anchor twice. Connect. These can just anchor there and go in. And the upper ones then, they just need to make the trip. It's a little bit more of a potch to handle the multi-floor aspect of it, but I think that's more me being clumsy with my fingers at the moment rather than any inherent problem there. This should produce the correct shapes. Yeah, it'll produce 2 of them. That is absolutely wonderful. Now, pinned tasks, the last one. I want half squares and 1 circle. That won't be an issue, I don't think. Okay, on this one, we're actually going to use the 180 rotator to get all of the squares facing the same way. And I did notice the inefficiency earlier. Oh, the zoom is very aggressive. Wow. I did notice the inefficiency earlier that I said I only needed 5, but I needed 6 because it was 5.6 to deal with a full belt. But this should be okay. Right. From this, I'm going to want 2 separate rings. So I'll have this one work up here. So that's 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. And I would want all of these, more or less, to just go straight in there. There we are. And then 8 over on this side as well. We'll have these ones start from, well, we'll have them one higher. I like to make sure that they actually make the turn properly. There we go. Here we are. Just get that one across there and anchor and along. Beautiful. Now, what we're going to want here are quarters, which is going to be very easy to produce, as you can probably already guess. There we are. It's just a case of splitting and then splitting again. Now, sadly, none of these pieces are in the correct orientation. However, I believe this one will be there if I simply rotate it by 180. In an odd way, this is actually more symmetrical than any of my other cutters are. And these ones I only rotate by 90. That should put them in the correct orientation for me. Assuming... Actually, no. I need them the other way around. Whilst the shape itself can be any orientation, it does still need to conform. So the top right, at least I believe, would need to be the... it would have to be this side. If I rotate this around, if I bring that up, I can't have it on this side because that isn't symmetric. It's chiral symmetry. And there we go. We have our components ready. So all that remains is to just bring them over here and hook them up. There we are. These ones can simply rise. Oh, would that connect it correctly? Oh, I don't know. That is something I'm unsure of. So you know what? In the interest of making sure that I don't waste my time here, we're going to bring them around like this instead. Let's make sure it is actually lined up correctly, though. Oh, wrong place. There we go. And jobs are good, and I think. Right, let's get these hooked up. Actually, we can bring them along this direction. There we are. And then these ones as well. There we go. Marvellous. Alright, that should go through pretty quickly. Right, milestone 2 completed. Unlock your reward in the milestone interface. I mean, I could do that right now. Oh, man, I've got way too many of these to go through. Yeah, you know what? Sure, looking at the time, fine. We will unlock the next milestone. This rewards blueprints and so many more tasks. Prioritize milestones first. We recommend prioritizing the milestone shapes first and doing the side tasks while they're being delivered. I agree with this, even though perhaps I do get sometimes a little bit sucked into finding elegant solutions for things. Technology briefing. We thought you might need this. You bet I do. You can now copy and paste parts of the factory, but not the messy ones. You know exactly what I'm going to do, and that's why you're telling me off for doing it in advance. Fair. Alright, but there we go. The next one up is space platforms. What? 500 platform limit. Space platform allows you to expand into the space by placing new platforms. Oh. Build more building space for your factory with foundations. Okay. Space belt. Space belt. Tunnel entrance. Oh my good lord. Well, we've got something to look forward to, assuming you have enjoyed this episode enough to want another. As always, if you did enjoy what you saw and want to see more, then you know how to let Saint Algorithmus know down below with those lovely buttons. But that is going to be it from me and from Shapez 2 for now. Ah, fantastic. We did complete the pinned task in the end. I'm very, very pleased with myself. But that is going to be it for us. I really do hope you have enjoyed this glimpse into the game. And remember, it is currently on 20% off on Steam for the next few days at least. But that is going to be it from me for now. So until next time, and as always, do take care, everyone.